Today I'm hiking to a place called the Tombs in southern Carnarvon National Park. So I'm in the park itself, and assuming this is a public place, but I always ask myself, at what stage did somebody ask the Bidgera people that it was okay? Actually said, can we or can't we go to these places? The same as in the Carnarvon Gorge. And would we have actually respected that? And if there hasn't been a ceremony or something like that to acknowledge that permission, then there should be. This place here called the Tombs is a burial place and an artwork place. So I'm passing at the moment a burial place, which is this escarpment you can see through the trees here, and the indigenous people, when somebody passed on in this area, there was these trees called budgeroo trees. This is a small one, which has got this soft bark, and they would wrap up their deceased in that, sometimes placing necklaces or nets or plants, it said on the information that I read. And then they would have had ceremony, and it would have been crying, it would have been just, people need to, sometimes I think it helps to go back in time and put yourself into those situations, and these people would have grieved greatly for the loss of their people, and then buried them in these sides of these mountains here. There's hollows in the limestone, and they wrap the dead up in the bark and then put them into these places. And there's believed to be thousands upon thousands all along these ranges in the southern Carnarvon. And in this area here, unfortunately, by the early 1900s, a white fella had taken all of these people out of these tombs and for souvenirs or what have you. Maybe some of them got sent overseas to museums, in which case they need to be returned. And if there's any still up here, they say there isn't any more, but if there is, then let's hope that they remain undisturbed, just as we would like the same to happen to our cemeteries of a white fella. If somebody came and desecrated them, we'd want to lynch them, and we'd be very upset about it. We'd be crying out. So anyway, moving right along. So I'm heading up to the art side now, and we'll have a look at that. And apparently it's pretty good. Well, that's what I didn't mention, that before I come up here, I've spoken to the Bidgera ancestors, told them who I was, asked permission to come, and particularly after reading that all these places were desecrated and white fella took out the deceased people just as trophies, basically. It's just disgusting. I'll say I'll also ask for forgiveness on behalf of my culture and my people. A lot of people don't think like that. They think it's something that's in the past, but I still feel a certain amount of responsibility, and so I do. And I just feel it's really horrible what happened, and the least I can do is just say I'm really, really sorry in what happened, and I ask for forgiveness for what my people, my ancestors did to these people and their culture, and the least we can do is not be assholes about it, which we still do a lot to this day. And the comments that you hear people say, they still show great disregard for the people of this land. So the least we can do is turn on the anti-asshole factor and show some respect and some love. And sometimes one of the best ways we can do that is to shut up and listen to what they have to teach us, and to talk to them, to learn about their way, because that's the original way of this land. And if we ever want to be a part of that culture, we need to learn about it and embrace it, and we also need to be invited in. And that's where we need to ask for permission. So when you go into a place, you ask permission when you go into a village to say, this is who I am, can I come in please? It's a respect And it's no different to what we do when someone comes to our house. People knock at the door. They don't just barge in, they knock. In some countries like Japan, they have traditions to take off your shoes. There's things that you need to do out of respect, and then people can get on with each other a whole lot better by doing these simple things. All right, off we go. We'll continue on with this journey. Wait till you see this artwork. I've heard that it's absolutely incredible. And when I get to Indigenous community, I'm going to be asking them about the permission factor and was it ever given. And there is a difference between these public places and private places. So I'm just assuming that this is a public place. It's okay to come here if you, and do so respectfully as well. So here I am now at the site. They say there's over 400 different separate images, making this one of the most significant art sites in the central highlands areas of the Southern Carnarvon Ranges, etc. And it's very prominent and quite strong here. The colours are very rich, and there's a big variety of different prints ranging from animal prints, boomerang, spear thrower. There's a full body print over here I'm going to show you in a moment. I'll just get on with it, alright? So behind here there's images. There's the woomera. Is it a woomera? I forgot the name. Spear thrower over there. It's not a woomera, I forget what it's called. And then there's some other little handprints there with inside the circles. I don't know what that is, but that's excellent as well. And then down below here there's a cave. I might be able to just walk along. There's a cave here which was excavated back in the 1962-65 by Professor John Mullane, or something similar to that. And the fireplace here went down, the charcoal went down 2 meters. So over that period of time, people have been here, could be back to, they say, up to 10,000 years. But from what I've found when I speak to an Indigenous mob, they just laugh at that and they say much longer than that. Nevy boy, here's the full body image. So somebody's laying against a rock there. You see them in a crucifix position there, laid right out there, and got a full body spray. That's very rare as well. And next to it there's a couple of little circles. I don't know if you can see them because it's video. And then like a round circle with a hole in the middle, which is like a thing, a necklace and a pendant of a particular shell, they say, that was traded, they say, from 1,300 kilometres away, as far as from Cape York, traded all the way down here to the Carnarvon area. More hands there. I love seeing the little kids' hands and little kids' feet. They had to lie down on the ground, put their feet up against the wall, and have their print, their stencil done, which, as you know, is ochre's yellow or white, sometimes charcoal, mixed in the mouth with water, and then blown over the person, the model. Here's some more all the way along here, all the way along this cliff face here. There's all of these. There's the kangaroo prints in the background there, kangaroo leg, and much more prints there of all the little kids. It's what we used to call them in Putney again, lick picking. He was a little child. And over here there's the boomerang right there. And when you get out, so take a moment when you're in a place like this and then look out into the country, and what you'll see is people would have camped out there, the fires at night, and the dancing, the ceremonies, the laughing, then the hunting, the eating, the joy. What a good time. Would have been wonderful. It's a beautiful country up here, absolutely beautiful. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now. I'm still grinning, always grinning around places like this. Love it. Adios. What a connection to the past, eh? Rah, rah. Bye for now.